All right, all right. Another exciting topic. One day at a time, simplifying your path to lifelong wellness. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. I'm thrilled to have you join us as we dive into a critical aspect of our health and fitness journey, taking things one day at a time. Today, we're focusing on how simplifying your approach in various aspects of your life, including your fitness regime, work, relationships, and self-care, can lead to profound, sustainable changes. We'll also talk about how tools like onboard101.com/Marion Trainer and resources like my new ebook, Me versus Me, now available on Amazon. We can support you in this journey. Remember, if not you, then who? If not now, then when? Let's get started. All right, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here again. And look, before we really get started, if you aren't drinking your H2O, you need to start. It is that foundation of keeping you hydrated. And for me, the little tidbit, I put a little bit of lemon juice and I put some electrolytes in there so I can stay hydrated, where I don't have to feel like I'm drinking tons of water and feeling just bloated. So that's my little trick, and you just got your good tip this morning. So, all right. So we're going to talk about, simplifying, your fitness goals, daily habits for fat loss. Let's break down the daily habits that contribute to fat loss, which is more sustainable and health focused than mere weight loss. Includes simple activities in your routine, such as a morning walk, an afternoon stretch, or some light evening yoga. These activities not only burn calories, but also keep your metabolism active throughout the day. And that is part of the point where we're saying we're keeping things simple so you can understand what it takes to simplify your body, your mindset, your life to the next level. So the first thing we're going to talk about are actionable steps, like, start small. For instance, try replacing an unhealthy snack with a healthier option for every day, or adding a 10-minute workout to your morning routine. It's about making small changes that you can stick with over time. And let's kind of like expound on that. Too many times everybody wants to rush the process. They're ready to go into that. I want it right now. I've been doing this for 2 to 3 weeks and I don't see any results. Look, calm down. Look, Rome wasn't built in a day. You won't get your health back to where it should be in a day. Now, what's saying is, it didn't happen in a day, but it happened one day. So, and that's what we're aiming at. I don't want you to get overwhelmed about the process. I want you to enjoy the destination. Don't get overwhelmed by the destination. I want you to enjoy the journey. So, and remember, we have to, one of the other things is maintaining a perspective. Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. Each small step you take is building towards a bigger change. And someone say, well, what does that mean? Celebrate the small victories. They accumulate to create significant transformations. And I know that's what we all want. And it's all about keeping life simple: work, relationships, and self-care. Those are the 3 most important things. When you can put your life into perspective along those lines, it tends to make things a little easier. Let's take, for instance, work simplicity. At work, try to focus on one task at a time instead of multitasking. This can reduce stress and increase productivity. And you can use tools like digital planners to keep your tasks organized and prioritize your responsibilities effectively. Just don't overwhelm yourself trying to get more than one thing done when you can just handle it, one thing at a time. Relationship harmony. This goes for all my people out here in relationships. In relationships, something as simple as a daily compliment. Something's going on with this. A daily compliment or a thank you that can greatly enhance your interactions. Regular open communication is the key to maintaining a healthy relationship. And I'm sure we all would love to have that. Communication is key when it comes to relationships. And my last one, which I think is like really good, really a thing you really need to focus on, a lot of people need to focus on, self-care essentials. Incorporate quick and straightforward self-care practices in your daily life. And this might be like, reading a book for 10 minutes, meditating, or pursuing a hobby. These activities recharge your mind, your body, helping you remain focused and energized. And I'm sure we all could use a little bit of that. So remember those three things and go with them accordingly. Integrating simplicity across life. Holistic simplicity, use the simplicity you cultivate in one area of your life to inspire changes in other areas. For instance, the discipline you gain from a regular exercise can help improve your focus and efficiency at work. And who doesn't want to feel that way? Who doesn't want to be focused and energized? Sustainable practices. Adopt sustainable practices that you can maintain in the long run. And this could be as simple as preparing your meals in advance for the week, which helps with maintaining a healthy diet and saves you time and stress. It's better to be over-prepared than to be under-prepared or not prepared at all. And sometimes you might want to do, and I do this, and it's a personal thing for me, daily reflections. You can end each day with a brief reflection on what you accomplish and what you can improve. This habit helps you stay committed to your personal growth and growth journey and keep you motivated. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, marrying is just so hard. It just, life just gets in the way, and it does. But you still have to maintain that level of focus for yourself. Because if you're failing in areas in your life, how do you make life work? I mean, that's like a recipe for, sadness, depression, anxiety. And I think you want to be better than that. And then if anybody out there understand what I'm saying, just give a thumbs up in the comments and let me know you want to be better and you're going to work on being better. You gotta put yourself in a position to succeed. A lot of times people overwhelm themselves with the idea and the thought process of the destination. You know you're going to get to blue, but why don't you enjoy the reds, the pinks, the black, the greens along the way until you get to blue. And as we going through, wrapping up this episode, I want you to feel inspired to simplify your approach to life. Focus on making small, manageable changes each day. Remember, great things are done by a series of small things brought together. It's just like, for me personally, working out. Did I want to have that body I dreamt about like yesterday? Of course. And on that journey, man, it was fun. I'm looking back at it and I'm still doing it to this day. It's like really just amazing and a blessing to have gone through the journey that I have gone. I've never really reached my destination. I may have achieved the goal and then I was on to the next. And that's when I'll tell you about simplifying your life where you don't get so overwhelmed by the task at hand. You can just concentrate on what it is that you need to do to get to where you're imagining yourself to be. And that's the fun part, is that journey. You know, and like I said, great things are done by a series of small things that lead you to the big. You know, when I first started competing, I had no idea about what winning Mr. South Carolina was about. It was just like, oh, I'm going to my first show. I can't wait. You know, I put all this work in. I want to see what yields results. And then the bug bit me and I just kept going. I did not, I won more than I lost, but each time I did lose, I learned something. I learned something a little more about myself. I said, okay, next time I'm going to have to probably get better with the cardio. Next time I'm going to have to get better. Maybe I'll change the meal plan up. I'll go with fish instead of chicken. You know, just things like that. You have to try to learn from simplify. You have to learn to simplify your life, so you don't get so overwhelmed with it. You get bogged down with, if you hit a bump in the road, you don't get so dejected or saying that I don't want to do this anymore. So if you're ready to further simplify your health journey and need guidance, and you know how I feel, you must educate to participate. Check out onboard101.com/Marion Trainer for the tools and the courses that can help. And you'll see this down at the bottom. It says onboard101.com/Marion Trainer. It is there for a reason. I want that to be embedded in your mind. Because when you take that course, you're going to be forever you're going to have all this knowledge about, what does it take to build a workout? What's a protein? What's a carb? I mean, all those things you'd be able to rattle off because you now are educated about it. Also, be sure, and make sure you do this, grab a copy of my new ebook, Me versus Me, available now on Amazon, to help inspire you and guide you through your self-improvement journey. Me versus Me. Check it out. And at the end of the day, you know the questions you're going to have to ask yourself. If not now, when? If not you, then who? I just changed that around. If you go back and listen to how I said it in the first place, it still has the same meaning. And I want you all to grasp what I'm trying to say, because basically it's about help me help you. And I'm on this, stay hydrated. I got to do that. It's very important. You have to. It is this heat. You can't say enough about it, but you're going to have to stay hydrated, or some things can happen to you that you pretty much may not like. So I'm really stressing that to you all, and be careful out there. Don't underestimate the fact that you're not hydrated enough and think that you're going to be okay. You won't be. So, what we have here, what we're doing here at Marion Trainer, we're trying to uplift, motivate, and inspire. We're trying to keep fitness simple, along with giving you little tidbits about other areas in life, like relationships, self-care, your job. Because a lot of those things put people sometimes it can put you in a different headspace where you're not as happy as you like to be. And I also emphasize that if you're not, and I am getting ready to start working with a company that does do therapy. And when I'm putting that out there, I'm saying, because sometimes people suffer in silence. And I don't think that's a healthy way to have your life, the direction you want your life to go in. I want to thank you all for tuning in. But remember, keep pushing forward one day at a time. Don't think 2 steps ahead. Just think one day at a time. That'll get you 2 steps ahead. I've been doing this for a while, almost 3 decades. And I'm here to give you what I've learned throughout my travels, throughout my time being here on this earth and being in this business of fitness, because it spills over into other areas of your life. If your fitness is good, your job's going to be good. If your job is good, then your relationship's going to be good. And if your relationship's good, you're going to be wanting to be more self-care. You know, there's nothing wrong with you caring for yourself. That does not make you selfish. That makes you smart. Now, I want you all to take care of yourself, but most of all, take care of each other. And remember, we're in this together. There's no one person better than the other. And I was told this a long time ago. What's the difference between a big shot and a little shot? The big shot was a little shot that kept on shooting. Keep striving to be the best version of yourself. And you want that version to be a great one. You guys take care, and most of all, take care of each other. And until next time, stay hydrated.